Hey guys, Hi Bryson here, and today I'm going to break down my cost of living in New York while being 23 years old and still living with my mom. So in this video, I'm going to cover my income, my expenses, and also what I do with the bulk of my money. Do I invest it? Do I spend it? What do I do exactly with it? And yes, by the way, I'm 23 years old and I still do live with my mom, but I will break down exactly how that works in this video right here. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day, so make sure also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. On top of that, also destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps a lot, so thank you guys so much. By the way, it takes 1 second. Hit the like button. On top of that, it's also free. Plus, it looks cool blue and not just like gray and stuff like that. Now, let's get started, guys, okay? The first thing is this. Let's break down my income and how much money I actually make, and then I'll go into my cost of living, and then I'll go into exactly what do I do with the bulk of my money. Now, as you guys may or may not know, when it comes to my income, I have 3 ways to actually go out there and make income. The first way is I have a degree in accounting, so I go to small businesses and I help them out with their books, taxes, and on top of that, also getting money for their business, and that pays me around, I'll tell you in this video, okay? But on top of that, I also have my YouTube business, and I also have, for example, my flipping ideas. When I go to stores, I buy things for cheap or on Facebook, and then I sell them on eBay for some extra money. Those are 3 ways I actually go out there and I make money. However, the first way, when it comes to accounting and my degree and helping small businesses, in reality right now I have around 15 clients that pay me around $5,000 in total per month, okay? That's the core idea. But last year I had a lot more that paid me a lot more money, but now I'm cutting down on it because basically in 2 years I want to be out of this business. Why? Because every single business I usually started was always to help me out while I was basically working on my entire YouTube business. And now that I have a YouTube business, really I want to cut down on that and focus more here and create another channel and also courses and books to then help you guys even further. Now, the second way I basically make money, the biggest way here, is basically with YouTube. Now, YouTube pays me between $20,000 to $40,000 every single month. Last month, we actually did around $40,000 on YouTube, and to me, that sounds insane. I know it's a crazy number, but that's how much money I'm actually making on YouTube, between $20,000 on average to $40K on a very, very good month. But it keeps going up because basically, I make a video every single day, but please keep in mind, okay, this number sounds huge. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. But in reality, I have been making videos on YouTube since I was around 11 years old for the past 12 years, and I just made money for the first time last year. So it's never been about the money. It's been more about, hey, something I actually like to do. I want to do it. I want to figure out exactly how I can go out there and deliver value to people, okay? It's always been my dream, okay? So it's not about the money, or else I would have stopped a long time ago. Within 12 years, I wasn't making any money whatsoever. Now, the third way I make money is basically by going out there and flipping things, for example, like iPhones and getting new ones and then selling those. But in reality, I'm not really doing this as often because basically, as I said before, okay, guys, all the businesses I started usually were to support me while I did YouTube, so that way I had money coming in while I was trying to do exactly what I wanted to do. Back in high school, this made me around $1,000 per week on a good week, and the idea was it gave me money to then go out there and just vlog my content and do whatever I wanted with YouTube to then have freedom to basically do what I wanted to do. That was always the idea with all of my businesses, okay? But this takes a lot of time, and that's why I'm usually not doing it that often. Only when I want to get, for example, a new iPhone and then get it for free, that's when I usually do it, okay? Like flip things online, okay? But that's basically it, guys, okay? In total, if you did the math so far, $5K from my business and $40K from YouTube, that's an income of around $45K, not including Amazon affiliates, other affiliates that I actually have, but the real income comes from like these 2 sources right there, okay? But including those might be like an extra like $5K per month also, so just keep that in mind. But I'm gonna go low to $45,000 every single month. That is my income right there. Keep in mind, this sounds absolutely insane, but I've been working on it since I was around 11 years old. By the way, if you want to see the whole history of how I made money from 11 years old to 23 years old, well, I'm going to put a video down below to my net worth history, and that way you guys can watch it and know exactly how I got here and where I actually was, okay? It's awesome. You should watch that video. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is basically, well, what exactly is my cost of living here in New York as a 23-year-old while living with my mom? Now, one thing is this, okay? I used to be very adamant about basically once I turn 18 or once I'm done with college, I'm going to move out and I'm going to be done with all this, okay? That was the core idea. And I asked myself, why do I think this way? And it was always because, hey, I see it in movies and cartoons all the time where basically you go to 18 years old, you want to move out and everything is done. But every single adult I spoke to, my counselor, my teachers, my friends that were adults also told me, Tommy, that's not a smart idea. Just live with your parents for a little bit longer, right? Longer than usual, and save up all that money. And once you move out, you can basically move out knowing that, hey, I have enough money to take care of myself no matter what. But that way, you don't struggle. And I took that because basically my counselor back in high school told me the exact same thing, and I follow advice when it's good advice, okay? You should do the same, okay, guys? Now, the first thing is this. When it comes to my cost of living, the first thing is this, okay? I pay my mom around $200 every single month just to stay in this room right here. That's basically like an 80 square foot room. So I don't really have a lot of room here, but I have figured out exactly how to live in this room after like 4 to 5 years now. On top of that, I also pay around $200 to $300 for the groceries for the house every single month. And that's not that bad. It's 3 of us here and it's enough for all of us, okay? On top of that, the third thing is basically I pay around $133 a month for our phones in the house. For example, my phone, my mom's phone, and my girlfriend's phone is around $133 per month. But in reality, I figured out a way to make it $65 per month by adding people to my line, and that's going to be happening next month. So this bill right here of $133 is going to go all the way down to $65. And by the way, my mom covered my phone bill for like the whole of my life, so why wouldn't I cover her phone bill now? And on top of that, I have a $100 budget to go on dates every single month, although I might increase this to $200 per month, and that way I can have more fun with my girlfriend, go out to eat and try new places and experience new things, okay? Because experiences are also very, very important. But currently right now, it's only $100 per month. So keep that in mind. And by the way, guys, also secretly, I also give myself a budget of $100 every single month also to go out there and have fun by buying random things on Amazon, okay? I have a whole bunch of junk that I just buy. For example, I buy tools and I build stuff in my room all the time to make it like more like adjustable to me, make it more like me. So basically, I spend around $100 every single month buying things just for fun to build things also, okay? And also my gym membership, okay? I have a gym membership because health is also important, and I spend around $300 per month on my gym membership. Obviously, I'm kidding. Do you believe me? No, obviously, no, I'm not doing that. I don't go to Equinox or anything like that. But I do spend $15 a month to go to Blink, which Equinox also owns, if you guys didn't know that, okay? But Blink only cost me $15 per month, and it's basically worth it. And by the way, I don't have a trainer, but I do have an app that basically trains me for $10 a month, and it saves me a ton of money also. On top of that, I send every single month to my aunt in Dominican Republic around $50. Tell me why. The answer is because basically she has the same disease that my dad basically has, which is basically kidney failure. And I send her money, $50 a month, to basically help her with transportation and also paying for like analysis and stuff like that. But it helps her out a ton, and why wouldn't I if I can actually afford to actually do it? I also send my sister in DR, Dominican Republic, also $20 to help her out with her education and stuff like that. Although this might not sound like a lot of money, guys, it goes a long way over there. Trust me. That's the core idea. And lastly, I also have a miscellaneous spend because basically every now and then I might go out of budget, like ordering an Uber when I wasn't supposed to, and that's around between $10 to $50 per month. But if you were counting, guys, okay, my total spend every single month is around $878. That's how much money I spend every single month as a 23-year-old living with his mom here in New York. Very low, very minimal if you actually ask me. But that's around 1.95% of my entire income that goes towards my living expenses, okay? So keep that in mind. But I do want to tell you guys one thing, okay? You might say, Tommy, wow, you spend no money whatsoever. But in reality, if you guys think I'm smart, well, my mom is actually even smarter than me, because in actuality, because right now this apartment where we rent costs around $1,200. But in actuality, she rents her room to me for $200 per month, right? So that costs to $1,000. But she also rents the other room for $600 every single month, which is a lot bigger than mine. But hey, $600 a month is a lot more money. Minus $600. In actuality, she only pays around $400. But again, she doesn't pay for internet. I pay that. Phone bill, no. Food, no. So in actuality, all she pays is this, and also the electricity bill of like $135 per month, which is only $535, and that's all she literally pays. And maybe an extra $100 for like random things here and there, but that's only $635 while living in New York. Times 12, that's only like around $7,000. So if you guys think that I live below my means, you guys have not met my mom. And that's where I get the idea when it comes to like, hey, make sure your expenses are pretty low. On top of that, my dad also had a problem where basically when he made a lot of money, he spent a lot of money. And that was never good, because when my dad passed away, if you might not know that, he basically didn't have anything whatsoever, because basically the more money he made, the more money he spent. And it was always like that. But for me, the more money I make, the less money percentage-wise that I actually spend, because my expenses tend to stay the exact same way. And that's the way I live, and that's my mantra when it comes to like, hey, I make more money, but that does not mean I'm going to spend all my money also. Now, number 3. So tell me, what exactly do you do with all of your money? If you only spend 1.95%, where does the rest of the money actually go? In reality, guys, all the money is literally right here. I have it all in this bag right here, as you guys can see. I keep a whole duffel bag right here. No, I'm just kidding, guys, okay? All this money in here is paper money. It's fake money. It's not real money. I don't keep any cash whatsoever in my house, aside from like 20 bucks in my wallet, but that's about it, okay? But in reality, here is my budget, and here's what I do when it comes to my money that I actually have extra. Well, around 40% of it, on average, goes towards my investments every single month. On top of that, I'm also saving up for a down payment for a house, so 6% of it basically goes towards that savings, and in 2 years, I have around $70,000, so that way when I buy a house, I can put down 20% and basically not have mortgage insurance. That's the core idea there. On top of that, the other 54% of all of my money, well, only around 2.4% of that goes towards business expenses. I don't spend that much money either on my business expenses, but the rest basically goes towards taxes and also having a surplus of cash in case an opportunity comes by and I want to invest a ton of money all at once. That's the core idea of how I invest, okay? But keep in mind, okay, guys, taxes is like around 30%, and the way I invest is called dollar cost average. I have videos on it also. I'll link it down below. And the core idea is that I keep my expenses low no matter what, my personal ones and also my business expenses, okay? I'm not one of those guys that basically, once they have a lot of money, they go out there and they buy a brand new car, they lease 3 vehicles, they do all this fancy stuff, and then boom, hey, my personal expenses are only like 1%, but my business expenses are around like 80%. That's not what I do whatsoever, okay? I keep everything very low. And I also edit my own videos. I make my own videos, and I basically save all that money and I go ahead and I invest it. But guys, overall, if you're wondering, tell me, why do you do all this? Like, what exactly is your goal? And in reality, my goal is to basically have $48,000 in passive income every single month when it comes to the stock market. So in reality, to get to that goal of $48,000 in passive income every single year, well, I have to have around $1.2 million invested. To get to this amount is going to take me a while. But once I get here and I have this much money, I'm going to switch from investing so much money into like index funds to basically into capital allocation into companies, and that way I can build a massive amount of wealth and basically create my own insurance company, so then go ahead and help people in third world countries, like, because you know, my dad, my aunt, I see a lot of sick people and I want to make sure that they can afford optimal healthcare, and that's the core idea. That's like my ultimate goal. Like, I want to make sure like I have 48K for my financial freedom, like that way I'm okay and my family's okay. But then all the rest of the money I wanted to go towards like, hey, let me build an insurance company to help people in third world countries that cannot afford the correct health insurance, okay? That's what my ultimate goal actually is. And by the way, in 2 years I'll be moving out, and in 2 years I'll move out to either Omaha, Nebraska, or for example, Florida. But when I do move out, most likely my mom is gonna come with me also, and that way she can stay with us there also. But by that point, like, the house is mine, she's just living there and stuff like that. But that's a core idea. I don't plan on like moving out. Maybe like in 5 years she can go to DR and retire when she wants to. But right now, her whole thing is that she wants to stay with like us and also like my little sister when she's done with high school. Then she can go ahead and go to DR and basically retire over there in her own house, okay, which she actually owns. So that's the overall goal, guys, here. But comment down below and let me know, do you guys want to see a budget that I have set aside for when I actually buy a house and how much money is actually going to cost me? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like this video right here. Well, like this video. On top of that, also subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified. And on top of that, if you want to text me or call me, just subscribe to my Patreon, link down below, or for example, just send me a DM on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. And if you want to watch a video on basically how much money I make from dividends every single year, well, here's that video right here. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.